Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surabhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 7th of February. Narcotics Control Bureaus of India, Russia meet to discuss drug menace. No deadline for US troop withdrawal from Afghanistan, says Taliban leader. And fresh spell of snowfall blanket India's Jammu and Kashmir. And now for all the details. The top officials of Narcotics Control Bureaus of India and Russia held their first bilateral working meeting in New Delhi on Thursday. The officials discussed effective ways to curb drug menace and trafficking of narcotic drugs and other psychotropic substances. Indian Narcotics Control Bureau or NCB held its first bilateral working meeting with the Russian Narcotic Control Bureau in New Delhi on Thursday. The top officials of the Narcotics Control Bureaus of both the countries discussed effective ways to curb drug abuse and trafficking of narcotic drugs and other psychotropic substances. The two sides also agreed to cooperate and to provide assistance and information to help curb trafficking.
हम लोगों ने अपने डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशन की 70वीं वर्षगांठ मनाई है। 19 बार दोनों देशों के सीनियर मोस्ट लेवल पे समिट मीटिंग हो चुकी है। उसी संदर्भ में भारत के रूस से ड्रग को लड़ने के लिए भी एक संधि 2007 में की गई थी।
Drug abuse, while still low compared to Europe and North America, is on the rise among newly wealthy partygoers in the top cities of India. According to a report, every day nearly 7,000 people in India try illicit intoxicating drugs for the first time. A board that oversees the ancient Sabrimala temple in southern India said on Wednesday that it now favored allowing women of menstruating age to enter the temple, reversing its previous support for a centuries-old ban. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court reserved its ruling last year to end the ban.
A board that oversees an ancient Hindu temple in southern India said on Wednesday that it now favored allowing women of menstruating age to enter the temple, reversing its previous support for a centuries-old ban. The Sabrimala temple has been the site of tension since India's Supreme Court ruled in September last year to end a ban on women and girls from 10 to 50 years of age from entering the temple. The Supreme Court on Wednesday reserved its decision on petitions seeking review of its verdict last year. The Travancore Devasam board, which administers the temple, also took a U-turn in the Supreme Court on Wednesday and said it would now abide by the court ruling.
The board has taken a conscious decision to support and respect the judgment of the Supreme Court and to implement it. And this judgment has been taken consciously after examining the judgment.
The Sabrimala temple in southern Kerala province pays homage to the celibate god Ayyappan and draws millions of worshippers each year. It is one of only a few in India which had barred entry to girls and women between the ages of 10 and 50. After the Supreme Court ruling last year, Hindu groups had physically blocked younger women from entering the temple, though a few of them managed to get in with the help from police.
Moving on, the Pakistani establishment has maintained an indifferent attitude towards the people of illegally occupied Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Locals say with winter comes another discomfort season when no electricity is available for running small businesses, education institutions and other trades in the region.
Amidst underdeveloped Pakistan-administered Kashmir, Muzaffarabad, comparatively an urban city, has been facing hours of load shedding. Unscheduled and long hours of load shedding have hit the business and studies of children in the illegally occupied region. It is ironic that even after generating more than 1,200 megawatts through several hydroelectric projects, the residents suffer 16 to 18 hours of load shedding on a daily basis. Residents call it an injustice done to them at the hands of administrators.
तो वहाँ बिजली की बहुत शदीद किल्लत है। 1 घंटा आती है, एक जाती है, और सर्दी में बहुत ही लोग तंग आ चुके हैं, और बच्चे और बूढ़े बहुत ही तंग आ चुके हैं।
तो बच्चे उनकी तालीम भी डिस्टर्ब हो रही है, और उसके अलावा काफ़ी मसाइल फेस करना पड़ रहे हैं हमें, और बिजली का बिल भी बहुत ज़्यादा आता है। इस हवाले से महकमा बल्दियात को चाहिए कि वो बिजली की कम लोड शेडिंग करें, ताकि हम शहरियों को मुश्किलात का सामना न करना पड़े।
Locals allege it is part of Islamabad's agenda to keep the region underdeveloped. Pakistan-administered Kashmir was illegally occupied by Pakistan more than 6 decades ago. However, the Pakistani establishment has failed to develop the infrastructure of the region, leaving the people high and dry.
In news from Afghanistan, Sher Mohammad Abbas Tanikzai, head of Taliban delegation to peace talks in Moscow on Wednesday, said the time of the US troop withdrawal from Afghanistan is not fixed yet, but negotiations on the issue are in progress. The talks involving Taliban leadership, former Afghan President Hamid Karzai, and Russian authorities kicked off in Russia's Moscow city on Tuesday. The time of the US troop withdrawal from Afghanistan is not fixed yet, but negotiations on the issue are in progress, said Sher Mohammad Abbas Tanikzai, the head of the Taliban delegation to peace talks in Moscow on Wednesday. Meanwhile, former Afghan President Hamid Karzai, who also attended the talks, said the talks focused on peace, stability and Afghanistan free of foreign forces. The talks involving Taliban leadership, Hamid Karzai and Russian authorities kicked off in Russia's Moscow city on Tuesday.
American armies, we are in negotiation with the American side, and we are trying that the American forces should go out as soon as it is possible.
When?
The time is not fixed so far, and it's not agreed upon, but we are negotiating this.
Principal issues and wishes were peace, stability, and Afghanistan free of foreign forces, and Afghanistan free of intervention from any side.
The remarks by the senior Taliban leader comes the day after US President Donald Trump, in his annual State of the Union address, said his administration is holding constructive talks with groups in Afghanistan, including the Taliban. Trump said the US would be able to reduce its troop presence and focus on counterterrorism as the talks make progress. A peace negotiation meeting between Taliban and US officials was held in January in Doha. More news from Afghanistan. 2 journalists were shot dead when unidentified gunmen stormed a radio station in Afghanistan Tagar province earlier this week, underscoring the danger faced by journalists in the country. No terror group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far.
Two radio station employees were gunned down on Tuesday night in Taloqan city of Afghanistan's Takhar province. Unidentified gunmen entered the Hamsada radio station's office in Taloqan on Tuesday night and opened fire on the staff, local media reported. Officials from the radio station said one of the victims was Shafiqullah Arya, a 28-year-old journalist who had worked for Hamsada for 6 years. The other victim was 26-year-old presenter Rahimullah Rehmani, who had worked for 2 years. No terror group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far. This incident is the second in which journalists have been killed in Afghanistan this year. Last month, Taliban kidnapped and then killed a part-time journalist, Javed Noori, whom they claimed was a government employee. According to Reporters Without Borders, Afghanistan is among the top 3 most dangerous countries in the world for journalists. In 2018, 15 journalists were killed in terror-related incidents.
Truck art, which is not just a cultural expression but also a deeply rooted tradition in Pakistan, is continuing to be the cause of business boom for drivers. Truckers in the country say a decorated truck revives an aging decade-old vehicle and attracts more business. Amid the hustle and bustle of the roads in Pakistan's port city of Karachi, trucks decorated with brightly coloured murals tower over the roaring traffic. The trucks are moving art reflecting local pride as well as social and political trends, from portraits of leaders to snow-capped mountain peaks. The country's art truck, as it is known, has become a global phenomenon, inspiring gallery exhibitions abroad.
मुझे मौका मिला, अल्लाह ने मौका दिया मुझे इस काम के ज़रिए कि मैं इस काम के ज़रिए पाकिस्तान की कलरफुल चेहरा लोगों को दिखाऊं दुनिया भर में, और वो मैंने दिखाया।
शौक के लिए कर रहा हूँ ना, शौक के लिए मेहनत कर रहा हूँ। तो बच्चे अभी नहीं चला रहे, बोले हमारा गाड़ी को शौक में बनाओ, फिर हम चलाएगा। अपना मुल्क में रहता हूँ, अपना शौक में दुनिया देखे कि भाई ये गाड़ी कैसे हमारा पाकिस्तान में खूबसूरत आ रहा है, नहीं आ रहा है। हाँ ना, दुनिया का गाड़ी है ना, बाहर मुल्कों का तो खाली चादरें रखता है।
Truck art has become one of Pakistan's best-known cultural exports. Though Pakistanis might have gotten used to seeing the elaborate truck art displays, some say the international attention has made it something to be extra proud of. Truckers say having a decorated truck can revive an aging, decade-old vehicle and even attract more business, making it an increasingly competitive trend. A fresh spell of snowfall in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province brought down the temperatures to below minus. Snow clearance operations have been started to clear snow on the roads for smooth movement of vehicular traffic.
A fresh spell of snowfall in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Wednesday brought down the temperature to -1 degree Celsius. The snowfall came just a week after the harshest period of winters known as Chilai Kalan ended in the valley, turning it into a white paradise. The Kashmir Valley is expected to receive more snowfall and rain in the coming days. Snow clearance operations have been taken up by the administration to clear snow on the roads for smooth movement of the vehicular traffic.
बर्फ़ उस साल हुई नहीं, इस साल इसमें बहुत फ़ायदा होगा क्योंकि हमारे समर्स में जो वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी है वो रहेगी और इंशाल्लाह अच्छी फसल होंगी, तो हमें बहुत सहूलियत होगी इससे।
इसका हमें वेलकम करना चाहिए क्योंकि ये तो एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा है, हमारे किसान भाइयों के लिए बहुत अच्छा है। और दूसरी बात यह है कि इससे जो टूरिस्ट है वो इससे ज़्यादा अट्रैक्टिव होते हैं क्योंकि इससे टूरिज्म का बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदा है।
Snowfall is considered as a boon for the tourism and hospitality sectors as the influx of tourists increases with every spell of fresh snowfall in the valley. Snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir province has a direct impact in other northern provinces of the country, including Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh.
Devotees of Hindu spiritual deity Swami Narayan on Wednesday offered raw vegetables including cauliflower, carrots and bell pepper to the deity to mark the celebrations of Shakotsav festival in India's western Vadodara city. This festival is being celebrated by the devotees for the last 215 years.
Devout Hindus on Wednesday offered raw vegetables to spiritual deity Swami Narayan to mark the celebrations of Shakotsav festival in Vadodara city of India's western Gujarat province. Vegetables like cauliflower, aubergine, carrots, bell pepper and leafy vegetables like spinach were seen inside the sanctum of a Swami Narayan temple in Vadodara. Swami Narayan had founded a spiritual lineage, Swami Narayan Sampradaya, in the year 1801, and since then the festival is being celebrated to unite the devotees of the spiritual deity and spread a message of peace and prosperity among them.
भगवान स्वामीनारायण के वक़्त से करीबन 215 साल से ये प्रोग्राम चल रहा है। यही भावना है कि सारे भगवान स्वामीनारायण की यही भावना है कि ये साकोत्सव के माध्यम से सारे भक्त समुदाय को इकट्ठित करके सबको आत्मीयता के बंधन से बांधे, उनके देह और घर को मंदिर बनाए। यही मंगलकारी भावना से साकोत्सव का यह कार्यक्रम होता है।
Shakotsav is an important festival for the followers of Vaishnav tradition, a subsect of Hinduism. The followers of the tradition known as Vaishnavites focus their faith on salvation through total devotion to the Supreme, developed through righteousness, knowledge and detachment.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now, our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. It's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.